What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni after a Premier League win for Chelsea. It took our third game to get our 3 points today, but I don't care. We got the 3 points. It was an emphatic victory as well, 3-0, and we kept the clean sheet as a bonus. But obviously, people, before we do get into the content, please make sure you do smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up as well, and leave your thoughts down there in the comments. Give me your thoughts on today's performance. Who stood out for you? Who disappointed for you? Did you think the manager got the tactics spot on? Leave all of those down there in the comments. Let's get straight into it. Chelsea hosted Luton Town at Stamford Bridge today, a game that many of us were expecting to win and many of us wanted to see an emphatic win, considering that Luton Town are newly promoted. However, I do want to say this about newly promoted teams: they can be very, very dangerous to face this early on in the Premier League, but we made sure that we didn't take them for granted and we definitely put them to the sword today with the 3-0 win. Now, before the ball was even kicked, there was a bit of controversy with the lineup, with the shape. We're going with the back five. Why are we doing the back five thing again? Listen, I said it at first as well, I'm not going to lie, but I took time to reason and kind of understand as to why Mauricio Pochettino is doing this. And the answer is, he's not really playing the back five. He's really not playing the back five outside of a few phases of the defensive phases where Ben Chilwell does drop back into that left wing back position. He's not playing the back five. He's going with the back four. Ben Chilwell essentially becomes that left winger, so it's a 4-2-3-1. That is the majority of what we saw today. So all of this back five talk that we are seeing from content creators, we're seeing from Twitter, watch the game. Watch the game with your eyes. The majority of our shape, especially attacking wise, was a 4-2-3-1. Now that we got that out of the way, let's see who the gaffer decided to go with for today's game. And if you lot watched the video that I put out this morning, my good friend Mike predicted the lineup start to finish perfectly. Didn't get a single person wrong in that lineup. So fair play to Mike. If you haven't watched the video, I have linked this in this video somewhere. It should have come up at the top, or if not, it's going to come at the end of the video. So make sure you do stay for that one so you don't miss that. But Robert Sanchez in goal, Axel Disasi, Thiago Silva, and Levi Colwill as the quote-unquote centre-back trio, with the wing-backs of Malo Gusto and Ben Chilwell. Conor Gallagher and Caicedo were the pivot, with Enzo Fernandez, Nicolas Jackson, and Raheem Sterling as the three on paper. But when it was the four, it was Conor Gallagher and Moises Caicedo mainly in that pivot, and Enzo was in that sort of operated in that number 10 position. But we're going to get through the game. We'll get to that during the game. But listen, the first half for me was a poor performance. Very poor performance from Chelsea Football Club. Several suspects for me in that first half. However, he did turn it around in the second half, and I'm looking at Nicolas Jackson. For me, the evidence just showed more and more today. Even though he did get the goal, ironically took up a centre-forward position, and that's where he got his goal. But for me, it still looks to me that this guy is not a natural striker. And I do not feel comfortable going this entire season with him as our main man, as that go-to man in that number 9 position. I'm still going to maintain Nicolas Jackson is an inside forward. You can play him off that left, but play him with a striker. Obviously, with Nkunku out, tactically it changes things a bit, but you can see he's clearly the better player when he's in that, when he's got an attacking partner to work with. So it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea do in the transfer window. We've still got this week left, and I'm expecting it to be busy, to tell you the truth. But first half was a bit sloppy, although we did dominate possession, and really Luton didn't really give us any threats. To be honest with you, they were poor. They were piss poor. And based on that, I'm not going to get carried away with today's result. But for me, Luton were poor first half and second half. But we also had our problems. We were not stringing passes together. We're breaking down the attacking flow in the final third and things of this nature. It wasn't looking too fluid for me. And I wasn't too much of a fan of seeing Caicedo and Gallagher operating in that pivot. Enzo Fernandez showed absolute class moments in this game today, particularly in the second half, obviously, which we're going to get to. But for me, Enzo and Caicedo, please. Conor Gallagher, you could have tried him as that number 10. Ironically, that was his strongest position when he was playing at Crystal Palace, and he's got the threat to play there, to take those shots from outside the box. Many of you lot know that was one of his bread and butter moves at Crystal Palace. Space outside the box, head down, ping it, is finding the top corner. Use him to his strength. For me, it should be Enzo and Caicedo in that pivot. Several opportunities that we could have taken that we didn't. Story of being a Chelsea fan, but Raheem Sterling. I'm clapping because he picked up his performance from West Ham and he showed us that's not just a one-off. I am coming back this season. I'm coming into some form, and I definitely will stand up and be counted for as one of the senior, more experienced players. And that's exactly what he did in that first half. Lovely bit of initiative from him, a bit of, you know, individual brilliance to break the deadlock. Sometimes you need that. Raheem Sterling on that right side, man, absolutely just going through that Luton defence like a knife through butter. Lovely little finish. Outside of the keeper, far corner, keeper could do nothing about it. Great goal from Raheem Sterling, man. And that that right side today was absolutely cooking. Special mention to Malo Gusto as well. I thought he had yet another good game, another very good game today. Raheem Sterling today, again, keeping up with the performances that we saw against West Ham. So going into that first half, eased the nerves a bit at 1-0. But as Chelsea fans, as we know, we can't stay too comfortable at 1-0. And we do need to still chase a couple more goals. So the second half, we kick off the game. Things are a little different this time. We're starting to get Nicolas Jackson a lot more involved in the play. He's starting to get through and goal a bit more now. Starting to get opportunities for himself. Enzo Fernandez is spraying the ball, finding himself in the more advanced positions, having an influence in that final third. So a lot more is being created. Fair play to Gallagher and Caicedo, the pivoting behind him. They've done a decent job. Defensively today, we look quite tidy as well. I thought Levi Colwill looked a bit tidier in that left-back position. Few moments of vulnerability for me, but still looked a lot tidier in that left-back position. The centre-back pairing today, a lot better. Disasi at times looking shaky, but we're not going to be picking on Disasi today. To be honest with you, as a collective, we saw many positive performances, but the second half, really, we was raining on Luton. We were really stretching them. Enzo, once again, just controlling the game with those passes. Raheem Sterling, once again, with those runs on the outside, on that right side, really sticking it to that left back of Luton, giving him a terrible time. Second goal again, Raheem Sterling, excellent movement. Ball comes in from that right side. Raheem Sterling finds himself in the box. Bam! Scores that goal. Second goal of the game. Raheem Sterling getting into some goal-scoring form now. Something that us Chelsea fans have been complaining about, and it's really, really good to see. Is this the start of Raheem Sterling's goal-scoring form at Chelsea? Is he going to replicate some of the form that we've seen over there at Manchester City? But we're going to just talk about the third goal. I know I'm rushing through this a little bit quickly, but I do have somewhere that I need to be. But I am going to get this done. I've got to get this done quick. But the third goal for me, it all started from Enzo Fernandez. The guy was under pressure, ball was up in the air, still had a lot to do. I thought he was going to try and bring it down, perhaps, you know, hold that play a bit, wait for a little bit more support from his players. First time hit out wide to Raheem Sterling. Absolute beautiful ball, beautiful ball. Raheem Sterling latches onto it, obviously skins his left back, puts a ball in the middle, and guess who finds himself in the centre forward position like we've been asking for? Your guy, Nicolas Jackson, scores the typical poacher's finish, right? Just typical poacher's finish, gets there first, gets his foot at the end of it, puts it in the back of the net. He don't care, we don't care. Nicolas Jackson is off to a goal-scoring start in the Premier League, the third game in. All of you 007 merchants, hold that, yeah, because that isn't the case. Nicolas Jackson finally opened his Premier League account today, and I thought, yeah, again today, I thought he was good. There was a lot of aspects good about him. Yes, he had some shocking moments in that first half, you know, just losing the ball, or, you know, doing a little spinneroonie, not knowing where the ball is. You lot remember what I'm talking about. Just little mistakes that was frustrating me a little bit, but he definitely, you know, got his stuff together. That shows at a young age, you're having a stinker of a game. Could affect you the whole game, but he got back in his head, you know, he got his head back in the game. Good concentration, you know, like I was saying. operating out that left wing, making those runs on that left wing channel as well. Like I've been telling you guys, this guy likes to come in off that left. He likes to attack off that left. But obviously his job at the minute is as that centre forward. Can he adapt, in my opinion? I'm the one that's saying I feel he's an inside forward. I think he can, but I don't think this is the season to really risk and put all that pressure on Nicolas Jackson being our number 9. Let's hope we can find a suitable option in the transfer window that's going to relieve that pressure off him while Christopher Nkunku is still injured. But today, honestly, I understood why we went with the back 5, and a lot of it is to do with personnel selection, because I don't think in a back 4, Pochettino is going to trust Disasi and Colwill as the centre-back duo. I don't think many of us would. That's the only option that we currently have outside of Thiago Silva being in the back 2, which is why we go with the back 3, because I genuinely believe when we're defending in that back 3, in that defensive phase, Thiago Silva would struggle in the centre-back pairing. That is not a disrespect to this centre-back, who I love very much. Yeah, some of you are saying, oh, what do you think he should? No, he's still an elite defender up here. But the physicality in terms of having to make those hamstring busting runs and all that on a consistent basis, you don't want that for him. This is why he's offered that layer of protection with that back 5. You understand now. Thiago Silva is not a bad player, but from a tactical perspective, it can be risky if we want to be playing high lines continually. So this is why I say what I say about Thiago Silva. But in terms of defending, positioning, he's still faster than everyone else on the pitch. Let's not confuse that. He had a good performance as well today, to be fair. But just try and have a look at it from a tactical standpoint. Not all games are going to be like Luton. This is a game, if we're being honest with ourselves, we definitely should have been getting the result. 100%. Nothing less than 3 points. But we did that. We definitely did that. You know, a few individual performances for me today. Malo Gusto, fair play to him. I thought he had a very good game. Thiago Silva as well. I thought he was solid today. Enzo Fernandez, very, very good game today. I'm liking the form that he's coming into. Nicolas Jackson started poorly but ended the game very well. Raheem Sterling didn't put a single foot in wrong. Do you know what I mean? So Caicedo as well. Still looks a little rusty, I'll be real. Still looks a little rusty, but looked better today, man. As the season goes on, we're going to see improvements. The next 5 games for me, all winnable games. Just like Matisse said on the channel, at the time, he was looking for 7 in 7. Right now, we just won 1 game. The next 5 games are all winnable games. Hopefully, we can go 5 in 5. People, what do you think? Is that too much to ask? 15 points in the next 5 games, people? Yeah, how do you feel that we played today? Did the manager get it spot on? And do you agree with what I'm saying about some of these players? Like, I feel that Nico Jackson is not a striker. Thiago Silva as well shouldn't be as much involved this season as he should be. He's getting on a little bit. We shouldn't be relying on him. And also, let me just know your general thoughts of the game today. But people, gotta keep this one short and sweet. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up as well, and leave your thoughts down there in the comments. Gareth Southgate out. Bless up.